You have also have mechanics, the more senior, seasoned, experienced mechanics. They are also leaving the trade and doing other jobs. They're taking up other careers. Hello, everyone. Parts Talk is here back with another episode. Today, we will look at another article in my series called Best Practices. You will find this and lots of other stories in automotive news. They have quite a number of best practices articles sent in by dealerships, and I'm going to take the time out and try my best to review and analyze a lot of these stories that these dealers put forward in order to strategize and innovate and come with plans to maximize efficiencies and process improvement in their dealerships as time goes by. Now, when I just started my channel, I featured employees, both current and former, who performed in various positions across a multitude of brands. Most echoed the exact same sentiments here. Technicians are in short supply and they will need to put out extra effort in order to find them. So this article is entitled Texas car dealer taps into school pipeline for techs. Toyota of Cedar Park in Texas has gotten 24 of its 70 service technicians by working with local high schools on training and internship programs. Now, for my podcast listeners, you can watch the full video on my YouTube channel and on Facebook. I'll make it available there as well. But before we begin, please remember to hit that like button for more content and subscribe if you find my topics informative, so you'll be notified when I drop a new episode. It'll only take you 1.5 seconds to do so. A friendly reminder that I may be one of the limited programs that takes you beyond the sales department consistently, of course. Others focus specifically on cars, sales, their performances, look, style, features, and DIY videos from mechanics. So let us go through this article here, and here's a picture of, well, the innovators and their proud moment. Let's begin. In her 30 years in the auto industry, Julie Herrera has learned several tricks of the trade. One piece of advice she has for other dealers: when hiring, hire service technicians first. So first and foremost, this is why we need people with the experience and know-how at the top. People who have been through the trenches and have seen how it is done. 30 years in the auto industry. So that has a wealth of experience right there. It's one of the many reasons why she's at the top. Now, she goes on and says, if you're getting an opportunity on a new point or a buy-sell, start immediately with securing technicians, said Herrera, dealer principal of Toyota of Cedar Park outside Austin, Texas. And she says that's because it takes longer to find and development, she says. For Herrera, 54, training and retaining technicians has always been a point of focus, especially since opening Toyota of Cedar Park in May 2017, after the automaker approved her application for an open point. I know what each of their stalls, each of their bays make per month for the store, and how they help us retain our customers by knowing their jobs, Herrera said. One of the first things she did was visit the area high schools, joined by her parts and service director and shop foreman. 2 miles from the dealership is Rouse High School, which has an automotive tech program. So if the auto trading schools are not putting them out as fast enough, then you have to go and find them. Where else than straight to the source? Or, well, straight from the source. And besides, some of these schools would be putting the poor young kids in debt right out of high school. So these young people can see the future in being a technician from the end source. Then they'll be more than motivated. And I have to applaud Miss Herrera and her team here at Cedar Park Toyota. Now, from students to employees, she says, Toyota of Cedar Park currently has 17 technicians who came out of Rouse High School. Herrera told Automotive News. They leave school with their 3 years of training, an indication of how serious they are about that career path. And they don't just want to be lube and oil filter or Toyota care technician, she said. They have the desire to grow. That's exactly what we want. It's been very successful for us. Well, I hope a lot of other dealerships are listening to these best practices, and if you want ideas, you need to go to the source. You need to find out exactly what they're doing, and this is one such article that is helping other dealerships in acquiring the shortage of technicians that are out there. You have to bring them into the system, you have to groom them, and then you have to give them incentive in order to stay. Now, interested Rouse students are put on a 2-year growth path at Toyota of Cedar Park, which sells about 1,000 new and used vehicles a month. And it doesn't just stop there. Herrera Store has extended its technician training offering to nearby McNeil High School as well. So they're continuing and extending their offer to other schools in and around the area. Through an internship program, McNeil students visit Toyota of Cedar Park 3 days a week for 2 hours, so dealership employees can see how they work and train them on the basics, Herrera said. The store has hired 3 of those students as technicians, as well as 3 students from Georgetown High School 15 miles away. You're talking about corporate social responsibility here. So that means 24 of the dealership's 70 technicians were found from nearby high schools. I'll tell you, we don't lose these kids, Herrera said. In fact, Toyota of Cedar Park has a 97% retention rate for a technician it hires from local high schools. Imagine more dealerships doing this. Going directly to this source, collaborate with the education ministry, and offering direct certification experience and a job straight off high school. This is just clear and honest communication, going the extra mile by Miss Herrera and her team. We don't play any games with technicians in such short supply, as I mentioned. And if you go back to my previous videos, when I just started this channel last year, I'm just 1 year in, most of the interviews coming in from all the employees, some of them I've personally worked with, and they are reiterating the fact that there is a shortage of mechanics, as well as you also have mechanics, the more senior, seasoned, experienced mechanics. They are also leaving the trade and doing other jobs. They're taking up other careers. Some have gone on into the aviation industry, some have taken up installation, some have gone on to HVAC, some have gone on to, well, there's also a shortage of, believe it or not, elevator mechanics. And if you have the technical know-how, the sky is the limit as to where you can go being a mechanic. Now, we can't be asking the manufacturers to help us with techs and the industry to help us with techs. So that's our job. We have to get into the community, and you have to be involved in the school so you can supply yourself with technicians, and then you have to grow them. Once dealers have enough technicians on staff, they need to work to keep them by treating them well, laying out clear growth paths, and paying them appropriately. All the ingredients of what an individual will actually want. Motivate them. It's important that managers realize technicians are certainly of the more detail, less retail mindset. These young men and women that are technicians are serious-minded and problem solvers, because young people, they're curious, they want to solve things. They know if they see a problem and they can analyze it the best of their ability, it is always well to have someone group them. Apprenticeship program is where it is going to start off with, but you have to show that interest by making the move in order to make them feel welcome. So let me go on. Bosses should also be clear about the type of work they want technicians to handle. Spelling it out is key, as is established time frames for when a technician will be expected to move up to another skill level, Herrera said. Above all, paying technicians enough and clearly denoting when they will get raises is crucial. So communication, again, is a key element in motivating them and keeping them moving onward in their career path. So article ends here by saying at Toyota of Cedar Park, technicians start at $17 an hour. Level 2 techs go to $18 an hour, while main shop technicians are paid $18 to $26 an hour. Rates increase based on level of certification. and they haven't even mentioned master technicians here. So don't pay somebody more for the same kind of work and pay somebody less. Herrera said, if they're the same skill set and they've been with you the same amount of time, don't play any games with pay. Just pay them. Again, let me applaud her right here. And this is why best practices and benchmarking is very important. A couple years ago, we didn't have this luxury to find what other dealers are doing to keep competitive. We'd have to wait on seminars or conferences to meet up and greet and exchange ideas. Now, I did a feature last year on how to become a mechanic, and I'm going to play exactly that video again on my YouTube channel, and the advice from the mechanic, what the advice on a mechanic from TikTok has to say at the time. I will leave the link to that video in the description box below. And believe it or not, there are still good dealerships out there with great leadership, not the average dealership as they are being called now, as what the the negative comments are always going to be coming around, because dealerships are so sales focused, and the bad experiences of driving the sales and ensuring that sales rep meet their numbers and everyone wants to meet their target, customers get left in the foray in terms of, they're just seen as the next commission instead of building that customer relationship, having them impact your UIO in order for you to benefit in the long run, where these technicians come in and satisfy these customers in the long run. So let me play this video right here and hear what you have to say.
So glad that someone finally asked me this question here, because people ask me this on TikTok and they ask me in real life all the time. They say, Dylan, how do I become a mechanic? What do I do? So here's what you do. Don't waste your money on UTI or any of those other technical schools. I think it's a waste of your money. And a big waste of your time too, which is the most important thing. Go to your local dealer or a really busy independent shop and just ask them to work there. It doesn't have to be a mechanic position, and it probably won't be a mechanic position. Just clean up the shop. Especially if you're young, start there. Tell them you're interested in becoming a mechanic and you want to learn, and see if that's something that they'd be interested in helping you with.
Well, UTI is the Universal Technical Institute in the United States. In Canada here, what we have is the ATC, Automotive Training School. And if you're in Jamaica, it's JAGAS, J-A-G-A-S, which is the Jamaican German Automotive School.
You're gonna have to bust ass. You're gonna have to empty garbage cans. You're gonna have to do some hard shit that's not working on cars. You're gonna have to clean up other mechanics' messes and oil spills. That's just the way it's gonna be. And I almost promise you that one day they're gonna be busy and they're gonna let you change the oil on a car. But I guarantee if you go this route, instead of wasting your time at a technical school, one, you're gonna get a lot of connections and meet a lot of people in the business. Two, you're going to gain a lot more respect from the people and other mechanics around you, which is going to make them more willing to teach you things. And third, and most importantly, you're going to have real hands-on experience, which these dudes that went to school aren't going to have. The other benefit to this is when you're at school, you're not making any money. And even if you're just making 12 to 15 bucks an hour cleaning up the shop, at least you're getting paid to learn and do a little bit of work. And I know that other longtime journeymen will back me up on this. Guys come out of these technical schools thinking they're going to be the best mechanic ever, and they don't know a damn thing about fixing cars in the real world. It's way different than school. In my opinion, the only time it's
And of course, thank you, Julie Herrera, and to the entire staff at Toyota of Cedar Park. So that's it for today. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. Smash that like button on your way out, and I'll see you next time.